What's up, YouTubers? Hey, this is probably like my, I don't know, 20th time I tried to make a video, because I suck at it. And I ain't smart enough to make a script and follow that. But great God, you should hear me read. But anyways, a few things I want to talk about. First of all, man, anybody else out there like so congested, man, for like months now and just can't get rid? I've been to the doctors 3 times, man. And dude, I could be standing there and mucus would just come out of my nose, man, like crazy. I'll be gagging on it. Yeah, it's disgusting, man. But dude, for the last, and I always kept myself halfway healthy. You know what I'm saying? I always, you know, worried about things like that. I get sick, I'm at the doctor's, man, because I don't know what the hell it is these days. So I don't know if it's from a friggin' mosquito or what the hell the problem is, man. But you know, I got all this these nasal sprays and stuff like that. You get the worst headaches, your eyes are watering, you know, you're gagging on this shit, you're waking up, you're gagging on it, you're spitting it out, you're constantly to the bathroom because you got to spit it out, can't taste any food, that type of thing. You know, I don't know if there's anybody else out there that's got these symptoms, but you know, I'd like to know if you did and you got rid of them, like you know, what was the deal with it? Because you know, like I said, I've been to the doctors 4 times over the last 3 months over this shit and nothing's working. And getting pretty pissed off about it because you know, every time this guy gives me something, man, it's a whole new dead end, a whole new disappointment. You know what I mean? And I'm just getting pissed off over that. But that ain't what this video is about. My video is, you know, what I'm trying to make a video about is this, you know, the storm Michael that just came through Florida and stuff like that. And you know, man, the people down there, dude, I hope everybody's you know, okay, and I'm sorry about the ones that did pass and people that got hurt and stuff like that. But one thing I want to say, this YouTuber, Truth by Grace, she did an awesome video as far as detecting that the hurricane was steered into these areas where the destruction was just unbelievable. You know what I mean? You know, within a 12-mile radius, you know, the wind speeds are at, you know, 85, 90 miles an hour, 100 and something miles an hour. And, you know, 10 miles away from that, they're at 20 miles an hour, you know, with tropical storm winds and stuff, you know. Like she nailed it, if you ask me. She did a great job on it, you know. And as far as, you know, proving that, look at this thing was, you know, steered into this area. But, you know, that's what I wanted to talk about. These storms that are steered into these areas. What if, right? You know, this is just a, you know, thinking outside the box here. You know, what if, you know, there's you know, countries that have money, you know, we know who the top dogs are. Let's just say they can afford these weather machines, right? These you know, these machines that can steer these, you know, hurricanes wherever they want. They can produce a hurricane to go into their, you know, into their enemies, or you know, whoever they're having a beef with, go into their country and just do some damage. You know what I mean? Instead of dropping nuclear bombs on them, you know, and going to a straight out war. What if, you know, that's where we are right now? But you know, maybe there's 5 countries out there that have these, you know, that can afford these machines to do these things. You know, in a sense, I'd rather see that, you know, having a weather war than, you know, these countries, you know, that have the money, that can, you know, that have just stupid money and just stockpiled, you know, ammunition and you know, bombs and stuff like that, and dropping those instead. You know what I mean? I mean, I'll take the weather wars all day, you know. And you know, just to help you guys out, because you know that this is where we're kind of stuck. Okay, we already know that they're being modified. We already know they're being steered, but what's the reason behind it? You know, what country has a problem with us that's doing that to us? And did we do that to another country? Because we ain't the only ones that are getting whacked with these things. You know what I mean? If you think about it. So, my idea is just to give you guys an idea of something to research. You know what I mean? Because, you know, all right, you know, honestly, I'm kind of tired of hearing about, oh, this thing was modified. Okay, well, what are we going to do about it then? You know what I mean? What if you found out that the thing's modified, and let's just say, you know, North Korea had a problem with Japan, and they sent a, you know, a typhoon over to Japan. Now we know the reason why. You see what I'm saying? And so on and so on. No, there's nothing cool with killing people. I'm not down with that. You know, a lot of innocent people got hurt and stuff like that. But can you imagine if they dropped bombs instead? How many people would get hurt? You know what I mean? Like, you know, this is just these are the first steps into a all-out war. You know what I mean? Where, you know, you could send a storm over to do damage to their country, but sooner or later that ain't going to be enough damage for one of these clowns that are in power. You know what I mean? But it's something to research, man. I mean, you guys find that, you know, awesome. You guys find the story behind everything. That's why I don't watch, you know, mainstream TV or anything like that, man. I can give a shit less about it. But, you know, my family can't, you know, I drive them nuts with this YouTube thing because this is the only place left, man, where you're going to find the truth. You know, let's be honest with each other here. You know, everybody got to know that by now. You ain't going to find it anywhere on TV. You know what I mean? You know, when Trump got nominated, I laughed, man. I'll be honest with you, because I thought that they would winning, you know, the presidency is a 1 in a trillion shot that he would get it. But you know what? He won, and I laughed my ass off. And when I seen these leftists, you know, on the ground crying and screaming, no, you know, that you know, Hillary didn't win, I laughed even more. And I've been laughing for the last couple of years, you know, because everything that Trump's doing, you know, he shouldn't be doing it this good. You know what I mean? Like, it might be, you know, we all went to the circus and we're watching a guy, you know, try to tame a lion. But it's the same guy that was trying to tame a lion an hour ago. It's the same guy, different lion. You know what I mean? You know, with Trump in office. But he's doing what he said he was going to do. And that's what I like about, you know, Trump, is that at least he's doing that much. He's trying. You know what I mean? But we all know that when anybody gets the next 4 years, it's different than the first 4 years they were in office. It's always worse. You know what I mean? But, you know, with all of that being said, you ought to see what our choices are. You know what I mean? You know, Dirty Joe, you know, Joe Biden's going to run for president? What? You know what I mean? Oprah, Michelle? Come on, man. Let's be serious. Those are our choices? Dude, stay with who we got. You know what I mean? Because it is working. You know what I mean? Trump is the man. Go Republican all day. No matter who. I don't give a shit if a janitor's running for friggin' mayor, you know, and he's a Republican, vote for him. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you go the other way, we're going to have big problems. Serious problems that this country ain't never going to see. Like we ain't never seen. You know what I mean? You know, I mean, everybody, you know, you guys are all witnesses to what happened with Kavanaugh. You know, just, you know, how far these people are going to go to sink them. You know what I mean? You know, people that are in power, and they're just going to go, you know, go ahead and try to ruin their life. You know what I mean? Because they think that they can, or they got a shot to do that. You know what I mean? So that their little clique can be in power. You know what I mean? Can you imagine what these people would do to this country if you gave them any kind of power? You know, like Trump said, you don't give matches to an arsonist, man. And you don't give a baby a knife or a razor blade. You know what I mean? You just don't. You know, these people are crazy, man. They're just nuts. You know, they should all be, they should all be standing in front of whoever they need to stand in front of, you know, at the tribunals. You know what I mean? That's what Gitmo's for, you know, and let these people see exactly what it is that they got coming and what their choices and decisions got them. You know what I mean? These people are beyond, you know, mentally stable. You know, they're beyond that, man. They're just done, you know. But I'm getting carried away as far as that goes. But, you know, that's the other thing too, man. I'm not into politics. I never was. But, you know, for you to keep up with what's going on these days, you got to be a meteorologist. You got to be into politics. You got to know about gold and silver. You know what I mean? You got to know all this shit, man. I don't want to know all this shit. I want to leave it up to the people I voted for to handle this shit. You know what I mean? I'm out here on a winter day, man, trying to breathe all congested and shit. You know, having to be outside and it's freezing cold and, you know, wrenching on my heap of junk, you know. And this is what I want to do. I don't want to have to worry about, you know, is the economy collapsing right now? Is that what's going on? You know what I mean? And next thing I know, you know, all these, you know, martial laws in effect and shit like that. I mean, you know, I don't want to worry about these things. I want to leave it up to the people that should handle these things and deal with them and fix them. You know what I mean? That's what you voted for them for, you know. But, you know, there's a few channels out there that are, fucking cat. There's a few channels out there that, I don't know if you guys are aware of them, but, you should check them out. True Stream Media, they're awesome. You know, Melissa and Aaron, those guys are awesome. You know, I've been following them for a couple of years. You know, the other thing I want to say about, you know, some of the videos, and I'm not criticizing what you guys do. I'm just trying to, you know, give you guys just a maybe a different forum that you guys can, you know, go off of. This, you know, the clickbait, man. Like, you know, some of you guys, you know, might have found out something a couple years back, and you're still telling us how you were the first ones that ever found out that information. Or you sat down with this guy, and you guys had an interview, and blah, blah, blah. That's great, man. But, you know, that was years ago, man. And we're still hearing the same shit. And I get so pissed off, man, because, you know, you guys, I don't want to drop any channels, man. I think all these channels, you know, where I follow, you know, the people I follow, I think all you guys deserve to be on YouTube and making videos without having to worry about if you're going to lose your channel. But damn, man, you know, let's get on with the new shit. You know what I mean? Stop saying how you were the first one to find this out and find that out, and you sat with this guy and you go visit your subscribers and shit like that. That don't do nothing for this community, man. You know, that does nothing for information that people have to hear, that need to hear. You know what I mean? If you found out or found something out that everybody should know, you know, don't try to, you know, twist it into being about the video that you made about that 8 years ago. We're tired of hearing that, man. Move on to new shit. You know what I mean? Florida Marquis, man, he did a video about a week ago, and you know, he's talking about Venezuela and stuff like that. He's doing some great work on Venezuela and you know, the economy down there and how we've all been lied to and shit like that. And I believe it. You know what I mean? I'm all about him. You know, doing his work and shit. He's doing great work. But you know, he found these ships that all of a sudden just popped up off the coast of Venezuela, and you know, he's thinking invasion. You know, from all these ships, it could be, you know, Chinese, Russian, and some other assholes that want to go in there and just tear shit up, you know, and take it over. But it's, you know, it's kind of funny how Michael, you know, you know, Michael just didn't go anywhere around, you know, this area that he was talking about. You know what I mean? And they're still sitting out there, and you know, and they're, you know, there's something big that's going on off that coast, and you guys should look into that, because if you don't know anything about it, you're behind. You know what I mean? Because this dude's on it, and every time, you know, a new video comes up from him, I want to know what's going on, because it has everything to do with us. Everything, man. Trust me when I tell you that. So, you know, if you guys don't know anything about what Florida Marquis is onto, man, you should check out his videos and, you know, hopefully team up with him, and let's get some people some new information. You know what I mean? You know, there's some really great channels out there. A lot of you guys are fading away and falling off and stuff like that. It sucks. It really does. It really sucks, man. But, you know, no matter what, man, as of right now, you guys are barely, you know, I know there's a lot of you guys that have to do this for a living, you know, because that's just the way that the card's been dealt to you. You know, those are the choices that you made years ago, you know, thinking that it was a good thing and it would never end. But, you know, we all know that good things come to an end. You know what I mean? So right now you might be in a tight spot where money ain't that great, but let me tell you something, man, your work is, and we need to hear it, man. So I know it's hard to, you know, to put, you know, don't put your life aside, you know, to make videos and shit like that, but don't keep us from the info that we need to hear, man, because that is what fed you and kept a roof over your head for years, you know. So just return it to the people, you know what I mean? And that's what this country's about, man. It ain't about making a dime every time, man. It's about, you know, just try to be a righteous person in your own mind, man, in your own life, you know, and try to spread the good word, you know. That's about all I got to say, man. You know, I'm not a video maker by any means, as you can see. You know, I got the perfect face for radio, but then again, you know, I am kind of handsome. But you know, just I like to hear what you guys think and some other topics. I'll make another video, man. I don't give a shit. I only make them when I'm pissed off and you know, tired of hearing the same things over and over, and think that we're stalling. You know what I mean? But there's a big day coming up in November, man, and don't miss that fucking day. I don't give a shit what you guys are doing. Don't miss that day, man. You know, it's your day to vote. You know, if you vote anything besides Republican, man, we're in big trouble. Remember that. And just because I said that, this video might get striked. My first and only video, and it might get shot down. That should be a record. But You know, Secure Team, you know, Tyler's doing his thing. You know, True Stream, like I said. You know, there's some really great channels out there, man. James Munder, you know, that dude, he cracks me up, man. So it's like you could tell when a dude's not taking his meds, man. You know what I mean? The way he makes his videos, but, you know, he's hilarious. But, you know, come on, James, let's make more of a video than more of you reading shit. We don't want to hear about you reading shit all the time. You know what I mean? Because you're a good video maker too, man. You know, MBB333, you know, that dude, he's on top of shit. You know, then the list goes on and on. I'm sure you guys got a great list. Truth Unveiled, he's still out there. Chris, met him in Connecticut. What's up, Chris? Shalom. You know, I hope everything's good, doing good for you, brother. You know, and I hope everything's working out. And I hope you know you're walking with the grace of Yeshua, man. And I hope everybody is. You know, keep your head up. You know, things are gonna get worse before they get better, guys. You know, you already know that, so it shouldn't be a surprise. You know, nobody's making nowadays. Just so everybody knows, no one's making what do you guys call it? Fair porn. You guys are not making that. You guys are making true porn. You know what I'm saying? So keep making it, all right? Because we're still listening, man, and we need to hear more about what's going on out there. All right? I ain't the most righteous person in the world, but I'm trying, man. You know what I mean? And with that, I'm gonna say, you know, give Yahshua and Yahuwah the respect that they deserve, that you know that they need, that they deserve for sure. You know, shalom. Love you guys. Take care.